Hello. Today, we'll build a polar area chart in SciChart.js with 3 datasets: gradient styling, smooth entry animation, and interactive legend controls. We move from project structure to code, then to the rendered result. Each section matches a practical step needed to reproduce the example. This example is split across 3 files. HTML defines the chart container and script entry. CSS handles full window layout. Core chart logic lives in demo.js. Create the polar surface. Configure radial and angular axes. Prepare datasets. Render series in a loop. Then add interaction modifiers and legend controls. The chart starts with SciChartPolarSurface.create. This call returns SciChartSurface, where axes and series are attached, and WASM context, which is passed to axis and series constructors as required by the API. For this walkthrough, treat WASM context as the shared handle for constructing chart objects. Next, configure both polar axes. The radial y-axis controls distance from center outward. The angular x-axis controls position around the circle. Key settings here are start angle, math.pi divided by 2, flipped coordinates :true on the angular axis, and visible range values that define scale and category span. Now define x values and a datasets array. Each dataset includes y values, color, and an interpolate flag. This structure is easy to scale. Adding another ring or layer means adding one more dataset object. Series are created inside datasets. For each, one polar mountain renderable series per dataset. Each series uses XY data series, then closes the polar seam by appending one extra x value and repeating the first y value. The dataset interpolate flag is applied to interpolate line, so one dataset is smoothed while the others stay straight. That closing step prevents a gap in the filled area at the loop boundary. Styling combines fill linear gradient, stroke color, and wave animation. The gradient uses 2 alpha levels of the same base color, creating a layered, translucent look. Wave animation gives a smooth entrance when the chart first appears. Interaction is added through modifiers: polar pan modifier, polar mouse wheel zoom modifier, polar zoom extents modifier, and polar legend modifier show checkboxes true. The legend checkboxes let users quickly hide or show any dataset for comparison. To reproduce this setup, keep the same sequence. Create the polar surface, configure radial and angular axes, define datasets, render series in a loop with seam closure, apply gradients plus wave animation, then add interaction and legend modifiers. Replace the sample values with your own data as needed. For deeper API detail and more examples, see the official SciChart documentation and project-linked samples. Thank you for your attention. Goodbye.